Hey there everybody, welcome back to another Wheelassassin video. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. This is how to build a mine flayer from Stranger Things in Minecraft Part 2. If you didn't already check out Part 1, where we built that head and the first two legs, you can go ahead and check that out in the description below. In today's video, we'll be working on the back 3 legs and the mine flayer's body. Hope you can stay tuned until the end, and yeah, let's just go for it and get it done. One quick thing I've just noticed whilst editing, guys, is unfortunately the next clip has quite a lot of voice lag. I'm really not sure of the reason for that. I'm thinking it's possibly because there was an update going on my PlayStation whilst I was filming this tutorial, and occasionally where the connection kind of goes to doing my update, it for some reason lags out my voice. I know that sounds really silly, but I've had it before and it is so annoying. I haven't quite had time to go and refilm that section at the moment, so in the meantime I would totally recommend putting on the subtitles for this next part just in case you can't understand what I'm saying in certain sections, and I'll make sure those subtitles are written out correctly so you can understand what's going on in the tutorial. What I will say is the actual video clip itself, so every single block being placed is, not lagging or anything like that. It's literally just in my voice that the lag is. So hopefully you'll be able to follow along the tutorial still as usual. But yeah, I am so sorry about that, guys. I really need to go and look into better ways of recording my voice. It is a very, very annoying thing on the PS4. But hey, you got to deal with that as a creator, and I am learning still, so please bear with me. But thank you so much for watching this next bit. Like I said, subtitles on, mute the video if you want to, and let's just crack on with building. So continuing off from last episode, what I'm going to do is I'm still grabbed my blackstone and my blackstone slabs as well as my blackstone stairs. I'm actually going to go ahead and build the sort of exterior structure of this today, if that makes sense, and then we'll go ahead and fill in all the bits and bobs afterwards on the inside. So I'm basically going to build a perimeter and a shape of my mine flayer, and then we can go ahead and fill in all the gory bits on the inside, if that makes sense. Just so it's a little bit easier than the first part was with sort of building the legs, and they were pretty tricky because of the stairs and slabs, so hopefully we'll get it done a little bit easier today. So taking our blackstone first of all, let's go to our right side leg first of all. Drop down here, so you've got your sort of stair just here, then there's actually a block underneath that stair. I'm going to go ahead and go in line with that block and put a slab just there on the bottom, sort of that block going back to the sun. Then I'm going to come under that slab for 1, 2 blocks of blackstone with a slab underneath like that. Almost said 3, that's not what you want to do. You want to put 2 and then a slab underneath that as well. Besides that slab up here, the one we started on, go ahead and put a stair facing back in towards the mine flayer's body, like so. Then we're going to go ahead and put a block just next to that stair, like so. Then for both of these, we can drop down and place 2 blocks underneath both of these 2 things. So underneath the stairs, 2 blocks, underneath the block, 2 blocks. And underneath both of these, you're going to put 2 slabs, a slab each, like so. On the front of the block one, so you start on the block at the top next to the stair, drop underneath, and on the second block out, you're going to go ahead and put a slab out from the build like so. Underneath that, you want to go ahead and place 2 blackstone blocks. One will be sort of dangling down next to the slab, but that is okay. That's what we want to go for at the moment. Okay, so now we need to go back to our block just here. We're going to go ahead and to the right, place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of blackstone. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of blackstone just there. Now next to this block of blackstone just here, I'm actually facing towards the moon, so in this case towards my demigorgon's head from the back. I'm going to go to the left, but if you're facing this way, of course on the right. So to the left in my case, I'm going to put a stair just beside that block like that. Bear in mind you won't have any of this stone on your structure because of course you guys are starting from scratch, but you should be able to just put that next to it because of the block just here, so if I remove this one, I can still place it there. Okay, I'm going to put that back just for reference. Alright, so underneath that stair, I'm going to go ahead and put 2, 3 blocks of blackstone. 1, 2, and then drop down, place my third one just down here. So it'll actually be in that corner just there. Let me go ahead and replace my stair just there. Perfect. Alright, so next to those 3 blocks of blackstone, on the actual block, go ahead and put a slab so it's in line with that slab around the corner. Then drop down for that diagonal and place 2 lots of blackstone. Then we're going to go ahead and come behind this one we just made, this kind of pillar, and place a block in line with that slab. I'm not going to do it yet because I need to drop down. I'm going to drop down for another 2 blocks. So I'm actually going to place 3 blocks of blackstone behind that sort of structure there. Perfect. Now I'm going to come out again, so diagonally, well, in this case, to the right, towards my other Starcourt. I'm going to place a slab just here, in line with those 2 other slabs, again, diagonally, and then 2 blackstone blocks down from that, like so. Now directly behind that, we want to go ahead and stick a slab just here, but in line with that other slab, and then 1, 2, 3 blackstone blocks behind and down from that, like so. Perfect, so actually kind of going around the corner for this Mind Flayer's back leg. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn back in here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick a stair on the second block down, on the first block down on my last sort of structure we just built. So the 3 blocks with the slab on top. Going back, you're going to go ahead and put a stair on the first block, like so, facing backwards. Then besides the stair, I'm going to go ahead and put a slab, just like so. And then a stair next to the slab, like that. You might have to place a block just here to remove it, but that's fine because we need a block there anyway. So go ahead and place a blackstone block just kind of there. Well, you might have to like place one just here, then one just here, and then place your stair just there. Cool. If I am going too fast or I am saying this confusingly, please feel free to pause the video and ask me any questions down below, guys. I know this is super tricky, trust me. I tried to film this 3 times the other day and I messed up so many times. So that's why I kind of came up with this new stencil type tutorial because I was just messing up myself. It is a very tricky build because it's all the same material and it's of course a dark material. It's really hard to sort of see where you're supposed to go next and things like that. So I couldn't really take photos of certain steps whereas like with my Starcourt, for example, I had photos to refer to because I couldn't actually pick up the blocks changing into slabs and stairs on my photos. It was super tricky, so I kind of had to build this stencil for my Mind Flayer. It's a bit weird, I know. Okay, so above this block behind the stairs we place a slab just like so. Then in line with that slab we place another slab just like so, and then behind, well, kind of going back from that slab, we place a stair like that. Underneath the stair, place a blackstone block with a slab underneath like so. Don't worry about the underside of the Mind Flayer at the moment, or the top side. We'll come back to all this section later. It's best to get the outline done first because this is the tricky section. Then we can come back to the easier parts later on. Have something to look forward to, you know. Okay, so next to the stair, to the right, remember I'm facing the back, so I'm facing towards the front of my Mind Flayer. Going to go ahead and place a block just here of blackstone. You can bring that block down for 1, 2, 3. So just add 2 on the bottom of that one. And then in front of this 3, I'm going to go ahead and put, well, going back this is, but technically in front if I'm facing this way. I'm going to place a slab, then a block, then a slab again, going down like so. Now directly besides this one, I want to go ahead and put another 3 blackstone blocks with a slab on top. So I'm going to go to the right, just here, and I'm going to place 1, 2, 3, and then a slab just like so. Perfect. I'm going to do the exact same thing besides that. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to go for a slab just here, and then 2 blocks down, and then I'm going to go slab just here, just to sort of angle it down, divert it into that back leg as well. Like I said, it doesn't really matter how many legs you have on your Mind Flayer because it does change shape quite a lot, so you can have more than just 5. I found a couple of pictures where it had like 6 or something, when it was like the shadow monster from season 2. But in this case, because I'm building the Mind Flayer from season 3, I think it's only got 5 legs, but I might be wrong. If anyone knows the exact number, if you're a Mind Flayer expert, let me know. Okay, so going behind this sort of row we just made, so the 2 blocks, 2 slabs, go ahead and stick a slab in line with that block just there, the bottom of that block on the first block, if that makes sense. Then underneath that, place 2 blackstone blocks. Then next to that, behind, place 2 blackstone blocks. And then down from these 2, place 1 slab. Now we can go ahead and go a slab down, just besides that, and back, like so. So kind of at the bottom of that, 2 blackstone blocks with the slab on the bottom. And then we want to go ahead and underneath the slab, place an upside down stair, like so. That's going to go into the curvature of the back leg, like that. Brilliant. Okay, now going over here, I'm going to go ahead and stick a block besides that one, so it should be able to connect up to that sort of slab just there. Wonderful. Then I'm going to go ahead and place a block just here besides that and back, kind of going to the right this time. So you kind of make it like a 90-degree, right, just here. Then we go ahead and stick a slab on top of that block, like that. Then, once again, to the right, we go ahead and place a block on the end of that one, like that, going this way. And then we want to start going up to the head again, so straight forward. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks behind that one we started on, like so. Slab on the first one, miss out the second one, slab on 3 and 4, just like so. If you want to go ahead and drop into this section as well, so on the end of this one, you want to go ahead and add in 4 blocks. So I'm going to start on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. So half a block and a block are above the slab, and then the other 2 are kind of inside the structure. But of course, you guys won't have any of the stone at the moment, so it should just be floating like so. But that's awesome. Once you've done that, you can go into the block behind that one, so actually facing towards the head a bit more. Go ahead and place another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 black stone blocks, like so. Then we'll actually come to a right angle again, so go to the right and place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of black stone again, facing to the right. Now if you want to go ahead and fill in this sort of right angle gap, what you want to do is go to your second block up on your 4, place a black stone block in between those 2 pillars with a slab on the top and bottom of those blocks, like so. Second block down again on the right this time, we're going back to this row. Go ahead and place a slab with a block down on the second block up on that 4, like so. Now besides that one, we want to do a 1, 2, 3 going down, and then you want to place 1 just in line with that slab, like so. Then we're going to go to this row, and this is a slab at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of black stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a slab on top, like so. Wonderful. As you can see, I'm kind of chopping off little bits of Mind Flayer limbs, I guess. I know it sounds really evil, but I guess it is a bad guy, so we can kind of do that. And then we're going to go ahead and fill in all the structural bits afterwards as well. Okay, so next to that again, we've got 3 more blocks to go. Then we're going to start to turn in just here again and go up to this point. So, just here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was about 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, just in line with that slab one just there. Well, just below the slab, like that. Then if you want to put a slab on there as well, you can do. But that is just a point on the structure that makes it look uneven and textured. Instead of just being all flat, like a super flat world, really. We want our Mind Flayer to have some character, you know. So over here, besides that one, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 5 again. Like so. I'm also going to do 5 besides it again. So 5 rows, 2 rows of 5. Like so. Brill. So you have like 3 rows that are exactly the same level after that slab. Technically there's 4 here, but one's got slab on, so, you know, kind of makes it taller. Then we want to go back as if we were going towards the front again. So you want to go forward. Go down a block from this 5. So start on 4 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Straight down to ground level. Like so. Brilliant. That is going to be for one of our limbs. So this leg over here. Then I'm actually going to go in. So here. So we're going to have like a 4 block shape just here. Going to go ahead and build another 7 just here. Actually, I might do a 5. So I'm going to go slab 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll do 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slab just there. Perfect. That's looking good. Now then, in line with the slab, going forward. Now again, I'm going to go ahead and go a block there, and then from the block down, I'm going to do 3 blocks of black stone. Remember, all the blocks I'm using are just black stone, so if I don't actually specify, just say that they're black stone, because that is the only material, so that's always helpful. So I'm going to go back to the right, so bear in mind I'm facing the back of my Demigorgon at the moment. Demigorgon? Mind Flayer, even. And I'm going to go in sort of this way to the right, if I was facing the back, which I am. Alright, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's just do 5. That'll be fine. Yeah, 5 would be fine. Like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect because the mine flayer does have different shapes and forms it takes, and let's face it, a mine flayer is not supposed to look, you know, well groomed and fancy and like a model. This is supposed to be a creepy monster, you know, that's going to try and eat people, so we need to make it look like that. Alright, so anyway, in front of this shape we just made, so this one just here, which is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, going to go down to 3. So in between that sort of 5 there, placing the 3. So you've got 1 available on the back of it like that. Cool. Then I'm going to go to the right of that 3. I'm going to go ahead and place 3 next to it, of course, and then 1 block at the top for 4, and then a slab on the bottom, like so. Now next to this block of 4 with a slab, I'm going to do a similar thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you actually build the slab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. Then I'm going to go in front of that, starting on 4, I'm going to go for 2 blocks with a slab on the bottom, like so. Then I'm going to go in again, so over this way. Mirror in the end, that one was forward. Now I'm going to go in again to the right. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 blocks again. Nice and simple. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and go forward, back to connect up to this one, where there should be a 2 block gap. Brill. Alright, so connect up the blocks. So what you want to do is you want to go to your sort of second block up. First block up on this row of 3 that I made a minute ago. That one is actually higher than what it was before, but I kind of prefer it that way. It's pretty cool. So let's count from this one. So you want to go like diagonally back and into the structure for 2. Slab that one just there. Slab both the bottom ones. I know they're stairs, but I'm going to change them up. Like that. And then this one is going to be a block and a slab on top, like so. Now we're connected to the structure like that. Brilliant. It's kind of looking like a starfish. So that is wonderful. Love starfish. Brilliant. Okay, Mind Flare starfish. Stranger Things should totally make that a monster. That'd be amazing. That would just be blowing all the other monsters out the water. Quite literally. No pun intended. Alright, so I want to work on the top now, just so we can call the top of the structure done. So to do that, I'm going to go to my left side, so this corner just here. Next to the slab, I'm going to place a stair normally. Then I'm going to place 2 blocks. Don't worry about the inside of this being hollow and unfinished at the bottom at the moment. We'll come back to that in a minute. So, place a stair just there, and a block just here. So I'm going this way along the structure at the moment. So just follow my lead. So then we go 1, oops, that is a slab. I was supposed to do a block. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm actually going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like so. Go back from the 9, so 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, place a slab, just like so. Also place a slab in front of that one, so like going back into the Mind Flayer's head area, and then 1 diagonally back. There might not be a block underneath this one at the moment, so just go ahead and add it on to that sort of 9 block structure we made a minute ago, like so. Okay, so we got the 9, perfect. Then I'm going to go ahead and put a block here, a stair just next to that one, just there, a block behind the stair, a slab behind that block, and then I'm going to go do a double block down from that slab and block, like that, so you have something to connect to. And then forward from that, well, going back, 2 blocks like so, and then 1 to the left like that for the back of the structure. Now going back forward, I'm going to place a block here. I'm also going to place another block there, so another 2 going forward. Slab up here, 1 block here in front of that slab, a blackstone stair, just that, facing sort of towards the sun if I was going to like step up towards the sun. Then I'm going to place a block here, and a block here, kind of curving around that slab just there. Okay, now over here, I'm going to go ahead and place a slab, just in that little gap, on the 8 of the 9 block long stretch, with a block underneath, like so. Perfect. Then I'm going to go ahead and drop underneath my 9 for a block just here. Oops, it looks like I can't actually, there we go, connected up, almost. Bear in mind guys, like I said, you might not have anything to connect these blocks to, so if you need to add in blocks elsewhere, I'm trying to do it as best I can with imagining this was like all hollow, so I'm like adding in blocks where I need to connect things. But if I do it a little bit strangely, or you're getting a little bit confused, let me know and I'll try my best to sort of help you out to make it still. So yeah, alright, so underneath the ninth one, I'm actually going to go ahead and put a slab here so we have something to connect to. Oh, there's already a slab here, perfect. Alright, so I'm going to go down from my ninth, so I'm actually on this one. I'm actually going to bring a block out like that, so diagonally down from my ninth. So you can add a block in there if you want to. So then you go along like this. Block in there, then I'm going to do a stair just besides that one. And then I'm going to put a block underneath the stair and a block to the left, like that. Then I'm going to put a slab on top of that block. Back from the stair, I'm going to place a normal block. Then I'm going to go ahead and place a block to that right, with a slab on top. Next to the slab, place in a normal block. And then behind that normal block is a backwards facing stair, like so. In front of the backwards facing stair, so still going sort of that way, horizontally, I'm going to place a block with a slab on top, and then a block besides that as well. Then we'll be up to this slab just here. Now that slab will have a block underneath of it, and then we're going to do a block besides that one just there. A normal facing stair just like so, not backwards or anything, just like that. And then I'll place a block behind that one with a slab on top, and then we'll be back at the stair that we started on. Cool. Now here you might know it, so you can just go ahead and fill that one just in like so. Basically what I'm trying to do is teach you guys this without making it too confusing, well, more confusing than it needs to be. I really hope I'm not confusing many people here, because, oh my gosh, like I said, it was really confusing for me to try and build this, and I was pretty nervous about starting the tutorial today, but hopefully it's going okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is the slab that's on its own over here, this one, so not this one just here, you want to go back to this one, diagonally up. You're going to place a, if there's not a block underneath it, place a block underneath it, then bring that block back and forward towards the head. Right, I'm going to face this way, so just remember that. I'm going to face this way, so anything that goes on here will be facing sort of forward. So, that slab, then there's a block behind that slab, then I'm going to place a block to the left, and then a slab diagonally up from that slab. The block that goes underneath the slab, I'm going to place a block to that left, then a slab to the left of that block, then a stair to the left of that slab. To the left of my stair, I'm going to place a block and then a slab, which is also going to go right behind this slab just here. Then I'm going to go ahead and place a block to the left, and then a stair to the left, and that should connect to the outside wall that we built earlier. Up from that backwards, well, that normal facing stair, place a block, then to the right, a stair, block, to the right of that stair, then a block, then a block, then a block, and then a block, and you should be connected to the outside. Those blocks are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're up a row, another row, second row up until the end. Go ahead and put in a block just here. I use slabs, but my bad. So a block just there. Then I'm going to do a backwards facing stair, then a backwards facing stair. Then I'm actually going to do a block here with a slab on top. Once again, next to the backwards facing stairs. Then I'm going to do 2 blocks just here. And the second block along, I'm going to put a slab on top. And then a slab down from that block just there, the last block on. Up from this slab, I'm going to go ahead and put a block with a slab on top. Then to the right of that slab block, I'm going to place 2 blocks here with a slab next to it. Then 1, 2, 3 blocks. And in the middle of those 3 blocks, I'm going to go ahead and put a slab, just like so. Oh my goodness, that's looking so cool so far. Brilliant. Very, very cool. Alright, I don't want to get too carried away with looking at its looks. I'm going to go ahead and go down to this left side leg. So again, I'm facing forward to the front of my Demigorgon. Demigorgon, Mind Flayer even. If I got the name of the monster right, that'd be amazing. I've seen the show so many times, but I still forget its name. Get it mixed up. Alright, so we're going to go to the stair just here that we ended on before. Going to place a sort of curved slab pattern like so. Underneath all these slabs, you can place blocks like that. On this one over here, go ahead and bring this block down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically to ground level, like that. So the one closest to the front. Actually, do that for all of them. Yeah, let's make it easier for ourselves. Let's do it for all of them. That would be much, much simpler. You know how I planned this was I built like 4 towers. Then I started experimenting with 5 towers. That's how I came up with the 5 legs. And then I basically tried to connect them up into a body, and I came up with a starfish design, and I think it worked out pretty good. So, happy days. Alright, so up from that sort of curve just there, we want to go ahead and put slabs into a curve like that. These slabs are going to become blocks, like so. And underneath these blocks, connect them to the floor again. So I'm just going to do that real quick. So just connect them to ground level, whatever that may be. Like that. Just make it a bit more simple for ourselves. Okay, then we're going to have to go back now to here. Second block down, I'm going to go ahead and put a stair. And then a block underneath that. And then 2 blocks underneath that. So 3 blocks underneath my stair. If those blocks were not already there from before. But I might have made a mistake from where I was tearing this all to stone. Who knows? Okay, so up from the stair, I'm going to go ahead and put a slab just here. And then blocks going to the floor. For about 4 blocks like so. Then back diagonally up, I'm going to go ahead and put a slab just here. And then blocks going to the floor for 4. Now in this gap that we have here, I'm going to come to the floor and place a blackstone block with a blackstone stair facing towards the front of my structure. Going up towards the front of my structure like that. Now out from these two again, so this one with the 3 blocks and the stair, this one with the 4 blocks and the slab, I'm going to go ahead and come to the floor, place 1, 2 blackstone blocks behind this structure, then 1 to the left like that, and then a slab like so, just down from that, so it looks like a little bit of a kind of angled sort of staircase or something, just there. Now then, you'll be left with sort of a 4 block gap between this sort of weird gunky goo thing and then this big gunky goo thing. So what we want to do is build a wall. Hate to quote Trump there, but we're going to go for 4 times 4, so a 4x4 shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Going along for 4. Like so. Slab the last 2 blocks, like so. Then come to this one and build 2 rows of 4, just here. Or whatever ground level is. I think mine was 5 there. No, it might have been 4. It was 4. Okay, do 4, and then go ahead and put slabs on those as well. Like that. Cool. Alright, then I'm going to drop down behind that last 4 I just did. Place a block and a slab. Diagonally up from that, so I'm facing the back now. Going to go ahead and put a block. Then leave a gap and put a block just here. Wonderful. That's looking great. I'll come back to the underside later, so that will be the last sort of thing we do. Go into the back leg, where we ended, and put that slab in the middle of those 3. Go ahead and put a block just here. Actually, make this block kind of go down for 1 more underneath it. So place that one there, then build 1 underneath it as well. Then you can go ahead and anchor 3 blocks off, like that, so diagonally around it. Then fill in the little gaps just here with 2 slabs. Then go ahead and put 2 rows of about 5, I think. So let me just clear this area out so I can do this. So 1, 2, kind of 3 blocks of 5. 3 rows of 5 like this. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I really need to learn how to count. 3 rows of 4, just underneath the slab, and then this one in the middle will be 5 blocks because it is a block at the top. Alright, cool. Wonderful. Okay, so what we're going to do now is come to the back and go to the right. Down at the bottom here, place a block. Go into the floor, place a block. Then go up to the left for a slab just here. Diagonally back from that slab, place a stair. And then a pillar goes behind the stair for 1, 2, 3 blackstone blocks like so. To the left of that blackstone pillar, second block down from the 3, place a stair with a block underneath it like so. Forward from that, we'll go ahead and put 2 blackstone blocks. 1 back again, 1 blackstone block underneath that 2. To the left of that 2, go ahead and place 1 as well. To the right, also place 1 with a slab on top, like so. Once again, it's a weird sort of tentacle design. Okay, go around the corner. So where we built these 3 rows of 4, we're going to go ahead and come to here and place 1 block just next to that upside down stair, and then bring this to the floor, like so. So basically another row of 5, like that. You can do the same on the opposite side. So just in here. Oh, let me just see if I can get some blocks in there, like that. And then you can actually build this one out again for another row of 5, just like that. That is on the right side, by the way, at the back. In front of that 5, place a slab in that little gap, and then go down from the slab 4, 4. In front of that 4, go ahead and place a stair on the second block down from the 4. And then underneath the stair, place 2 blackstone blocks, and that should reach the floor. Now then, back from the stair, so you're at the back of the structure, place a block and a slab. And then in front, well, to the right of the stair, go ahead and place a block and then a slab on the ground, like so. And then going up the structure again, so towards the Mind Flayer's mouth, go ahead and place a stair like so. Once again, if you do happen to mess up on that part, it doesn't really matter too much. It's not one of those things that's gonna like mess up the entire structure. Like I said, pretty much as long as you get the thing to look similar to this, then it really doesn't matter however you build it. Alright, nice one. So let's go to that 5 we built down here where we copied the other side, and go ahead and build another sort of 5. I know I've left the block just there, but I'm actually going to fill it in. 5 like so. Then up that 5, so going forward again, place 2 like that, and you should be underneath that sort of exterior line that we built earlier. Then I'm going to place 1. Then I'm going to add a slab underneath that 1 and a slab in front of that 1, just like so. Wonderful. Now then, next to that 5, I'm going to go ahead and build another 5. And that will go into the structure. You guys will be able to see that a little bit clearer than I can. Then this side, so left side of the 5, I'm going to go ahead and place a block on the 1, 2, 3rd block up, 4th block up even, like so, with a slab underneath it, like that. And then ground level, place a block just there, so you're basically leaving a block and a slab length between that, like so. Okay, next to the block on the floor, go to the left and place a slab. In front of the block on the floor, place a slab. And then to the right, if you're facing the front, go ahead and place 1, 2 blackstone blocks beside your slab. The other side of the slab, the other side of the 2x1 pillar is going to be a slab as well. And then leave a block space between the 2 blocks and then the top, because you want to go ahead and add in a slab just here. Then I'm going to do a block above my slab, just like so. Then a block out. I'm basically going to make that T shape that we made earlier. We should already have this block on that side. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and bring this T forward just by a block. Then I'm going to curve some slabs around like that, kind of like a right angle. Fill in any hollow gaps with your blackstone. Perfect. We'll come ahead and finish the rest of that underside afterwards. Alright, so now then, I'm back at the front of my Mind Flayer. I want to go around to the second leg, so this one just here. And I'm going to go ahead and, on the 7 that we built earlier, going to go ahead and build a, this is to the left, because I'm facing the back. Going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks up from that 7, just like so, and place a stair like that, like that, like sat. Then back from this, I'm going to go ahead and place a pillar of 1, 2, 3, well, it's 2, but it is hollow, so I'm going to go ahead and just fill that in up to, from the floor up, basically, so I'm a block above the stair like so, and then I can put a slab on top of that, like that. On that block that's above the stair, I'm going to go to the left, I'm going to place a slab, and then I'm going to build to the floor with a pillar of blackstone. Awesome. I'll come around and finish all these little bits afterwards. For now, let's go back from this pillar. Go ahead and put a block underneath, and, well, actually where the actual blocks start, not where the slabs start, and build this pillar down to the floor as well. Like so. Now going to the left, because I'm facing forward, going to go ahead and put a block besides that pillar just there, so where that one started, and then a block up from that. That pillar will go straight down to the floor as well. Once you've built that pillar, you can go ahead and build this one that goes back from that pillar, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks from the ground, like so. Out from that one and backwards from the 5, we go 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then once again we do 3 back here. Awesome. Now going back up, so we're actually in line with these sort of 5 blocks. Yep. We want to go to the left of the 5 and go ahead and build a pillar of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Do that for 2. So that should be at ground level. Next to that last 6, go ahead and place a block in line with that, and then place a upside down stair underneath that one, just like so. Now as you'll notice, we are almost back out of structure. So from this upside down stair and block, go behind that for 4 blocks of blackstone. So you might have to just sort of place one against this wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Then put slabs either side of that block. And then to the right, so you're going back into this kind of shin area of the leg, go ahead and put a block and a slab up here. Down from this slab on this side, go down for 3 blocks of blackstone. Cool. Now then, back over this way, where we've built this sort of 2 rows of 3 coming out of the structure, go to the closest one to where it goes up into the sort of thigh, and go ahead to the left and place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of blackstone in a pillar like so. Cool. Now the other side, we want to do a 2 block like that. Then 1 block comes back from the 2. Then diagonally away from that 1 block, we go ahead and do a blackstone stair, so it's actually in line with the 3 just there. Then back round and diagonally up, we go 1, 2 blackstone, slab on top. A stair goes back towards the left side. Then besides that to the left, we go ahead and put a block and a slab. Then diagonally up from that, to the left, place a slab. To the left of that, place 2 blackstone, and then fill in this little gap just here with blackstone. Go ahead and build that little gap down, so that is now enclosed, like a sort of leg structure. Then go to here, place 1, 2 blackstone just there. Go back diagonally forward and place a stair the other side where you built that slab and those 2 blocks of blackstone. Now we're coming back round to face the back of the structure. Want to go ahead and place a block on the floor to the right, so where this 7 block pillar is, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So block and slab. Then a stair goes to the left like that, facing up as if you were like sort of climbing up the mine flare. Then back diagonally, we go ahead and put 1, 2 blocks of blackstone with a stair facing in as well, the same direction as that one. Then diagonally out, we go ahead and put a block, slab, and then a backwards stair like so. Brilliant. Alright, that is looking amazing. Now it's time to fill in the rest of these stone underneath. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and come to this back right leg, so this one just here. Come underneath. Drop down, and where you have this sort of design here, so it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a slab on top. Going to go to the right of that, place 1, 2 blackstone, so it connects up to that one lonely one up there. Then I'm going to go ahead and collect 1 only to that 2, and then I'm actually going to bring 1 out. Going to go ahead and still go in this row, place 1 just here, and then I'm going to fill in that gap there, and I'm also going to fill in the gap up here, so kind of building a long T, like so. Now what you want to do is basically fill in any gaps. So these 2 just here are going to be quite hollow, and then it goes an upside down stair just after that. What we're kind of doing now is making sure that their legs look like they're incorporated into the body, so they're not actually just floating there. We're kind of making them angle in using the stairs and the slabs. So if you guys have a better idea of how to do this, please feel free to do so. If you also want to go ahead and add a long row of slabs along your body for 2, actually go all the way along to this other leg over here and knock over those, so you can put the slabs through the middle like that to make it a little bit easier. Feel free to do so. Cool, so make that long row just there. That's perfect. Then we'll start again over this way. Going to go ahead and behind those slabs, I'm going to go ahead and put slabs again for 2, then 1, then 1. Then I'm going to bring down a block, and a block, and a block. Then I'm going to go to the right of that, and I'm going to bring 2 blocks. So 1 is connected to that block we just made, and 1 is actually dangling down. That goes to 3. Now back up, I'm going to do some more blocks up here, but only for 1 lot, not going to bring it down to dangle again. Now to the right again, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to do this for about 3 rows. So make sure that comes down to this little gap just here, like that. Perfect. Okay, then I'm going to go back up here, I'm going to place a slab on and a block up there. Then I'm going to go ahead and place a block here and a block here. Then from this, I'm going to go to the right for 2 blocks, a block back going up forward, then a slab, then a block besides that slab, just like so. Remember guys, don't worry if yours is hollow, it doesn't matter too much. Then out to the right, I'm going to go ahead and place a slab. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, that's obviously hollow. So 4 blocks along with my black stone until I kind of have like a closed off space like this. Then you just want to fill in this little gap just here with black stone blocks. So any gaps that are hollow, just fill them all in. Over here, I'm going to fill in these 2, and I'm probably going to have to do the same on the opposite side. I know I've already done that one. Cool. So back over here, so I'm at my sort of left side back leg. Going to go ahead and sort of fill in this area so it's not as hollow, making sure that it still angles up using my slabs. I'm going to take 2 blocks there, going to take 3 blocks along from those 2. Then I'm going to need to connect them up to the blocks above just by filling in a couple of things there. Then I need to connect them to the actual body by adding in a row just there of 4, just like so. Once again, fill in any blocks you need with slabs and actual blackstone blocks, like that. Okay, is that it? Are we done? That seemed quite quick. Okay, well, I think it is. Okay, not too bad. Alright, nice one. Alright, I'm so sorry if that was a bit confusing though, guys. Like I said, the bottom of it, basically all it is you want to get a 3-block shape after the sort of neck and stuff connects up, which we did in part 1. So 3-block shape just here. Then it goes into 4 lots of 5, I think. Yep, 4 lots of 5 going across the other side. That should be 1 filled in just there. Then it goes back into 3. Then it connects up to 1 just here. Then it goes to 2 rows of 3. Then it goes ahead and goes to 1 block just back here. And then it goes to the back leg, like that. So if you remember that sort of design, then you can probably build it out as if you're building like a train body, I guess, if that makes sense. But if anyone does have any questions, please feel free to ask me. It's no problem at all. So to get your mine flayer on your Starcourt's roof, like I've done over here, what you'll need to do is activate cheats on a Minecraft world. So if you haven't already done this, what you do, go to settings, you go to game, then you drop down to here, and where it says world options, you should be able to come down, go down to experiments, go past that, and go to cheats, and it says activate cheats. You should already have this on, but if you don't, just flick it over to on. Then you can go ahead and make sure command blocks is enabled as well. Now what we're going to do is click the sort of open our chat window and our commands window. On PlayStation, that is the right D-pad button. We go ahead and type in /give just here. Then I'm going to type @s, 1 space away, and then a space away from that I'm going to put structure _ block, like so. Before you do any of this, guys, please make sure you have backups of your worlds and saves and stuff like that, because I do not want to cause anybody's games to crash or anything like that. Not that this is a thing that normally makes games crash, but with Minecraft still, getting updated with Bedrock Edition on console, it's still a little bit of a scary process, so please make sure you backed up your world before trying this. So go ahead and get your structure block just like so, punch that in, and then it should say up here, you have been given 1 structure block, blah 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 blah. Of course in creative you can spam these, you don't just get the 1. Alright, so I'm going to go to make sure when you place your sort of structure block just like this, you'll see this sort of grid. If you don't see that, you go ahead and stick it on the floor, open it up, and then you can actually go ahead and sort of come down to here, and you can show the boundary boxes basically. So that sort of holographic line just there, you can turn it off or on so you can see where you're going to sort of copy, I guess. Want to flip that to on if it's not already. You want to go ahead and stick your box, your command block, your structure block even, at the back section if this green line is, say, the back right corner. If your green line is at the front left corner, go ahead and stick your structure block front left corner, and so on and so forth. Alright, so now we've done that, we want to go ahead and make sure that this gets the entire mine flayer in its boundaries. So I'm going to go ahead and move this along, make sure it's in there, bring it forward just a couple blocks, just about here, Yep, that's looking good. So I'm like a block away on both sides, which is perfect. That's kind of what I want. Then I'm going to open it up. I'm going to go to here, and it says -1 in my offset. I'm going to change that to 0 so we don't get the grass incorporated like that. So it's now at ground level. I'm going to go ahead and change this one to, let's just say 20, like so. So you can see I've actually got a little bit more boundary enabled now, so it's actually gone up to here. Now we need a couple more blocks. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 more blocks in total. So let's make that to 28. That top X one. Like so. So now, if we open it back up, you can see that we've incorporated that last block up there. And that slab up there. Perfect. Now then, along we need to go ahead and add in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, like so. So we just have enough sort of spare. So 28 is going to go in our Z, because if I put it in the Y, it would go like super high. So make sure that's in your Z. So 28 by 28, perfect. Now you can see I've incorporated the entire Mind Flayer's actual dimensions, apart from the height. We definitely need to get the head in there as well, because we do not want to build that again. So let's make the height about 11, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so you can see that's still a little bit short, because on the little picture here, it's showing no head. Well, it's showing a head, but no sort of mohawk. So let's also make this to about 20, just to be on the safe side. So there we go. Now it's incorporated the whole thing in. We can spin this around and whatever I just said, and make sure we've got the whole of our Mind Flayer in here. You can see that it's a little bit hollow under the feet, but that is okay. Alright, once you've done that, you can go ahead and make sure your mode is on save, not load, and type in here, just Mind Flayer. Something that's rememberable, because you're going to need to type it again soon. So I'm just going to write Mind Flayer in here, like so. So structure, my structure, ... Mind Flayer, that's what it'll come up with when you want it to, so that's perfect. Now we just hit save down here. Don't click reset, because it will reset the entire thing. You have to do it again, but click save. Structure saved. Wonderful. I'm going to do this multiple times just so it doesn't do anything dodgy on me. Perfect. Now then, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I'm not going to delete that at the moment. I'm going to keep that there because I don't want to sort of mess anything up. I'm going to go ahead and fly to my other Starcourt and pick a good spot for my Mind Flayer to be on my roof. And then once you are over to wherever you want to build this in your Starcourt, it can be inside in the food court area, or even on the roof like I'm going to teach you guys. What you want to do is take your structure block, go in line with your sort of skylight here, and as it drops down on this first sort of thing here, we go ahead and pass the glass, go 1, 2, 3, 4, on 4, go ahead and stick it on top of that sandstone block, just there. Now once you've done this, bear in mind it will be sort of levitating above Starcourt, but you can always go ahead and extend it down if you want to, as I've done over there to make it look like it's sat on top of Starcourt. Okay, or you could even just incorporate it in like I've done over there where it's kind of taken some blocks out. We might do the taking some blocks out version. So like that, that's cool. So it will come up with the sort of blocks around its perimeter as we showed earlier. You want to hit load though this time. We're not going to click save. I'm going to go ahead and remove that -1 again. I'm going to hit 0 this time. So yeah, I'll be in line with that one. It will take out more blocks than it's showing at the moment because, you know, it's only kind of targeting this grid, but it probably will take out these blocks as well, and some of the sort of pyramid shape over here, but you can always replace those afterwards if you want to, and by backing up your world multiple times, it saves that worry of having to sort of do it all again. So let's go ahead and go to here, click the typing button, and type in Mind Flayer. Now it'll come up with the structure, you literally just got it, and it will come up with the sort of square we made a minute ago. So that will be where it's going to be, basically. And it's showing you the blocks that it will have to destroy. So that's pretty good. Alright. Then we don't want to click anything else at the moment. We don't even want to like change the seed or anything like that. You can change rotation if you want to, but I don't want to sort of do that at the moment. I'm going to go ahead instead, just hit load. And there we go. It builds up the Mind Flayer just there. It removes the blocks it said it was going to remove. And the Mind Flayer should be floating above Starcourt right now. And there it is. It is floating above Starcourt. Pretty awesome stuff. So now all you want to do is go ahead and bring the legs down. Don't bring them straight down so it looks like it's on like stilts. You want to go ahead and make them sort of, let me show you over here. Sort of like they're slouched over the building like this. and make sure, if you can get it, that you still got the angle going up into the sort of shape just there. And then you want to cluster a load of blocks at the bottom, so it looks like the gunk and stuff of the foot has sort of soaked into the roof of Starcourt. And then if you want to, just add some sea lanterns in that pyramid shape, so you can go ahead and make sure the place is lit up as well. So at night time, it looks like the shadow monster is above Starcourt Mall. Pretty awesome stuff. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad floating there, but like I said, you probably don't want it floating there. So if you want to go ahead and add the legs down, then that is cool as well. But yeah, that is pretty much it, to be honest. There's not much to it after that. Like I said, the legs going down, you can do that any which way you want to, because the Mind Flayer, you know, is very diverse in its structure or shape and stuff like that. And then of course you can just go ahead, remove the structure block afterwards. It won't take out the Mind Flayer with it. It just removes the structure block. Then I'm going to replace my sandstone, just there's nothing hollow here. And wonderful. There we go. So I will probably go ahead and build that down. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that progress. Looking great. Thank you so much for watching this Wheelassassin video, guys. I really hope you've had fun building today. So sorry this was a long tutorial. I wasn't really expecting it to be this long. But hey, it's always good when we have a long tutorial anyway. It's good fun. Gets us all in the building spirit, you know. I hope you'll stay tuned for future uploads and tutorials. I've definitely got a couple more Stranger Things ones coming on the way super soon, and I cannot wait to teach you all of them. I'm really excited. Thank you so much for watching this one. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy. And yeah, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. That'd be awesome. Stay safe, everyone. Don't get eaten by a Mind Flayer. Take it easy, and I hope to see you at the next Wheelassassin video coming very soon. Goodbye for now, everybody. Thank you again.